welcome, and belated Merry Christmas sa inyo, and welcome sa ating live stream ulit today, no, this week. And kamusta kayong lahat? Sabi ni Jet, Happy Holidays from Winnipeg, Manitoba. Wow, nasa Canada ka pala. Happy Holidays din sa iyo, Jet. And Happy Holidays sa lahat ng nandito ngayon sa ating live stream. Belated Merry Christmas sa mga nag-celebrate ng Christmas. And I hope you're all doing well this weekend. So, unlike yung previous weekends, Sunday tayo nag-live stream. So ngayon, Sabado, kasi may lakad ako bukas. Yun lang ang simpleng dahilan. And I've decided to do this live stream regularly either on a Saturday or a Sunday. And usually, i-announce ko siya ng Friday kung anong araw tayo live stream. So next week, our first episode for 2020, I'm thinking of doing it again on a Saturday kasi feeling ko may lakad ako ng linggo. But again, if you'd like to know kung kailan yung next live stream natin, just visit my Facebook page and I usually announce it on Fridays, no? Yan. So anyway, welcome again. Hello everyone. Good afternoon sa mga nasa Pilipinas and hello sa mga nasa ibang bansa. Ako nga pala ulit si Fitz Villafuerte. Ayan, nakalagay yung pangalan ko. And I am a registered financial planner. So if you're not familiar with that title, basically, kami yung pwede mong hingian ng financial advice, no? So that's really our profession. Kumbaga, kung pupunta ka sa doktor dahil may sakit yung katawan mo, pag ang may sakit sa yung wallet mo, sa isang registered financial planner ka lalapit. So anyway, for this episode of Usapang Pera, of course, as usual, we have 3 segments. And the first segment is yung quotable quotes. Yan. Nakita niyo na ba yung shinare ko na clip ng quotable quotes? So what I'm planning to do is yung mga past live streams natin, a little bit or some of the clips na meron siya ay i-edit natin tapos i-share din natin sa ating Facebook page at saka dito sa YouTube channel natin para dun sa mga nakamiss ng mga nakamiss na manood ng live stream natin. So anyway, of course, after quotable quotes, we'll go to our topic of the day, which is time is gold. So it's really all about time. Related yan dun sa recent na, alam mo yun, introspection ko na ano bang ginawa ko for the past year. And I'd like to share some of the realizations that I've had, especially when it comes to being productive with our time. And of course, the last part of our live stream will be yung question and answer. So if you have questions regarding personal finance, business, or investments, you can just type it sa ating live chat and sasagutin ko sila. So I hope malinaw yung aking audio at saka video. So you can use and please use the live chat so that I know na nandiyan kayo at saka malinaw yung aking boses at ng aking video hindi choppy. Dati nagla-live stream ako ng gabi kasi feeling ko mas maraming manonood pero ang problem ko yung internet connection ko. Hindi siya ganun ka-smooth pagdating ng gabi, siguro kasi marami naglalaro ng mga video games paggabi, no? So of course I share my internet connection with my housemates dito, mga addicts sa mga MOBA. Anyway, so I guess that's it. Let's go to our quotable quotes for today. Ayan, so welcome sa ating quotable quotes. And sabi ni Jet, malinaw daw. Ako, yes, malinaw ang ating internet connection. Mabilis ang ating internet connection at malinaw ang ating live stream. So anyway, let's go to our quotable quotes for today. So for today, I'd like to share with you a quote by Sir Francis Bacon. So of course, Sir Francis Bacon is an English philosopher and statesman and also scientist, no? That's something that I learned recently, na scientist pala si Francis Bacon. Kilala ko lang siya sa mga poems niya. So anyway, sinabi ni Sir Francis Bacon, a wise man will make more opportunities than he finds. Alright? So para sa akin, napaka meaningful nitong quote na to, because looking back at the things that I've done in the past, yung mga na-achieve ko, and of course the opportunities na-encounter ko, a lot of them were actually opportunities na nahanap ko. Okay? So what does that really mean? I know and I've heard a lot of people say na parang naghihintay lang ako ng opportunity, di ba? Naghihintay lang sila na magkaroon ng the right timing, being at the right place at the right time, for them to pursue a goal that they have. But I've realized from experience na some of the goals or the achievements that I've had was because I was proactive. Ibig sabihin, hinanap ko talaga yung mga opportunities na yan. And talagang hindi ako naghintay. I didn't wait for opportunity to knock at my door. So that's basically what I'm saying. I really went out there and looked for those opportunities. There was a great TED Talk. I don't know if you're familiar with TED Talk. It's about networking. And nag-stick sa akin yung isang sinabi doon sa TED Talk na yun, na opportunities are always attached to people. So, ibig sabihin, yung mga opportunities, ano yan, binibigay yan sa atin ng mga tao, ng ibang tao. Which means, if you want to discover opportunities, you have to go out there and meet people and network, no? So, hindi, opportunities will not usually knock on your door, because opportunities are connected to people, and you need to meet people to be able to discover these opportunities. Siguro isang concrete example, isa sa mga very the earliest businesses that I had was yung internet cafe, no? And I always tell people, alam mo ba, wala ako halos cash out dun sa internet cafe business ko. Why? Because meron akong business partner and /financer /investor dun sa business. So basically, a large part of the business capital was provided sa akin. And that's the reason why I was able to put up that business, that internet cafe. And yung financer na yon, or yung business partner na yon, is actually a friend of my dad. Okay? So, paano nangyari yon? It so happens na I visited my father sa opisina, tapos nandun yung friend niya, and then, alam mo yon, I was talking to the friend of my father na I was currently still working. Sinabi ko na, shinare ko na I'm hoping to someday quit my job, probably start a business. And tinanong ako na ano bang business if ever. So sabi ko, siguro something related sa computers, because that's really one of my interests. And I've actually been doing some freelance programming already during that time. I've already been also talking with some people who are running an internet cafe business. So sabi ko, I have a rough draft of a internet cafe business plan, etc. So, yung friend ng dad ko, was a little bit curious but also impressed at yung gusto kong gawin was clear, no? And that's when he offered na, I can be a financer. How much do you need? I want to be a business partner. And yun, I was able to put up my internet cafe business because of that. So, there's also a saying na success is when opportunity meets preparation. Not an exact or not a verbatim quote, but I've also realized that you need to prepare yourself. Kailangan you have the proper knowledge, skills, and alam mo yun, mindset na pag dumating yung opportunity or pag na-encounter mo yung opportunity, ay handa ka, no? And, of course, once you realize that you're somehow prepared already, you don't just wait for opportunities to come. You seek it out. You go out there. Of course, mahirap isipin na saan ko hahanapin yung opportunity. And the key there really is to just go out and meet people, network, join social civic organizations, join club, seek out yung mga Facebook groups or social media groups that share your interests. Sometimes, you'll never know who you will meet, and these people will be the one who will bring you the opportunities that you're looking for. So, ayun, ang dami ko na nasabi. So, again, Sir Francis Bacon is our quotable quotes for today. And sabi niya nga, a wise man will make more opportunities than he finds. So, initiative mo para magawa or initiative mo yung mga opportunities. Hindi mo siya talaga hihintayin na 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 dumating sa iyo, no? Ikaw mismo yung gagawa. Ikaw mismo yung gagawa ng paraan para makuha mo yung opportunities na yun. So, I guess that's it. That's our quotable quotes for the day. And now, let's go to our topic of the day. Alright, welcome, and welcome to our topic of the day. And for this week, I decided to talk about this very simple and elementary pa lang ako, naririnig ko na to, no? Time is gold. And the reason why I decided to talk about this is because, yun nga, no? It's the end of another year. Some say it's the end of another decade. And it's always the time, as I've shared before, this is usually the time where I look back, ano bang ginawa ko for the year. And there's a famous, well, not really famous, but I've heard it many times before sa mga ibang mga financial gurus. Yan. Sabi nila na when you have free time, what do you do with it? Do you waste it or do you use it wisely? So, yun nga, I realize na a lot of us can be busy with living our daily lives. Nothing wrong with that. But for sure, some of us, we will always have free time. Okay? So, especially pag weekends, I remember nung nagtatrabaho ako, weekends are really a time for rest para sa akin. But, realizing that time is gold, ang na-realize ko nun is, yung time na ginagamit ko for wasting, no? Marami akong time na wini-waste, and I realize na sayang, dapat ginagamit ko siya for more productive things. And what do I mean by that? Siguro dahil bakasyon, mas nagiging aware ako dun sa mga friends ko na they are always complaining, or they're always telling me of the things that they wanted to do. Tapos ngayon, bakasyon, I see them that they have a lot of free time, but they're not doing or they're not pursuing yung mga bagay na sinasabi nila gusto nila gawin dati. So instead, what they do is they waste time. Of course, that is very subjective, but siguro catching up on your sleep is not a total waste of time, but oversleeping is, no? So meron siyang fine line between wasting time and wasting it and using it productively, especially if it's for rest or recreation. Of course, those are important. So anyway, when you say time is gold, ibig sabihin, we have to be productive with our time. Lahat tayo binigyan ng 24 hours a day, pero bakit yung iba nagsasucceed? Yung iba nakaka-create ng sarili nilang success story, sarili nilang rags to riches story. And one of the biggest differences between people na walang nagagawa sa buhay and those who achieve things are really how much of their how they use their time, no? Do you use it to make more money? I know some people pag may free time nangangati na gusto rumakit, gusto na mag-sideline. I'm actually one of them. Parang ayoko nung nakatanga lang sa bahay. I don't really feel comfortable. I usually want to do something with my time. Either sabi nga nila, if it doesn't make you happy, doesn't make you better, or it doesn't make you money, then it's a waste of time. So sa akin, I somehow follow that principle na itong gagawin ko na to, papasahin ba ako? Itong gagawin ko na to, will it make me a better person? Or itong gagawin ko na to, kikita ba ako dito? Okay? So, para sa akin, those are basic and a good way to check if you are using your time wisely or using your time or wasting your time. So, ano ba yung mga nakikita kong wasting time? So, to be honest, I don't really subscribe yung mga tao na reklamo na reklamo. I don't know if you know some people na wala na lang ginawa sa social media kundi magreklamo, mag-complain. So sabi ko, nothing wrong with complaining, but if it's what you do every day, para nakakapagod for me, nakakapagod yung ginagawa mo. Maybe you should be doing something else. Ngayon, kung may mga kilala rin ako na wala rin ibang ginawa kundi mag self-pity, maawa sa sarili, humingi ng atensyon, and of course, they don't do anything else. Of course, there's nothing wrong with feeling a little bit of self-pity. It's normal to have those feelings, but to linger on them, I think that's already a waste of time. So it's okay to be not okay, but it's not okay to stay there, sabi nila. So you should still be you should try to be proactive with your time. Remember that, of course, once you waste time, you can never get it back. So ito yung some of the realizations I've had for the past few days when I look back na how did I use my time for the past year? Ano yung mga times na sinayang ko yung oras ko? I chose to waste it. Ano yung mga opportunities naman na na-discover ko, na nakuha ko, na na-create ko because I chose to be proactive, or I chose to do something productive with my free time na na-discover ko. Kasi alam niyo, sometimes hindi mo inaasahan may bigla kang free time. Uy, I have around 4 hours of free time, na-cancel yung meeting, or biglang, alam mo yun, na hindi natuloy yung isang lakad mo. And I know a lot of people, they don't think about ano yung pwede kong gawin na na medyo productive because I suddenly find myself some free time, no? So I guess that's it. It's a topic that I actually just spontaneously thought about. I was thinking yesterday, ano bang pwede kong pag-usapan, and this is one of the things that came on top of my mind kasi I really wanted something na medyo Christmas related, no? Well, New Year related, end of the year related. So sabi ko, well, ito na rin naman yung talagang iniisip ko, and the things that I've been really busy for the past few days na how did I use my time for the past year? And siguro it's very fitting na elementary pa lang naririnig ko na yan, time is gold. And actually, it was not until when I graduated, when I realized how true this saying is, no, na time is gold. Pag nagsimula ka magtrabaho, ma-realize mo, no, o nga, sayang yung oras, pwede ka sanang kumita ng pera kung hindi mo siya sinasayang. So anyway, that's it. That's our topic for the day. And of course, we can proceed to our question and answer. So I know you might have some questions that you want me to answer. But before that, let me show you yung ating, ayan, ang ating road to 1,000 subscribers na goal. And I'm hoping to reach 1,000 subscribers on or before February. I'm not really that strict with the deadline, but that is my personal goal, on or before February. So I hope you can help me. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel and invite your friends to do also. So sabi ko nga, when we reach 1,000 subscribers, may promo tayo or may giveaway tayo. So basta meron tayong gimmick pag dumating tayo ng 1,000 subscribers. Just a way for me to say thank you to everyone. So anyway, let's go to our question and answer. Alright, welcome to ating question and answer portion dito sa Usapang Pera. So guys, if you have any questions about personal finance, business, or investments, itanong nyo lang siya sa ating live chat. And if you're watching the replay of this, of course, you can still ask your questions sa comment section and then we'll answer them sa next episode natin. Alright? So just type it sa live chat if you have any questions. Let me answer a question that was recently asked sa akin. Actually, kaninang umaga lang. Ayan. Sabi niya sa akin, ano ba daw dapat ang investment horizon if you're going to invest in a money market fund? Alright. So, of course, the money market fund, usually, it is a low-risk type of investment. Kasi money market, di ba? So, being a low-risk type of investment, the investment horizon there is 3 years or less, I would say. Ano ibig sabihin ng investment horizon? Yung pera na ilalagay mo or i-invest mo sa isang money market fund ay yung pera na kakailanganin mo within 3 years or less. Okay? So, kasi if yung pera na ilalagay mo ay hindi mo kakailanganin for the next 5 years, the next 10 years, sayang kasi pwede mo siyang ilagay sa ibang investment na mas malaki ang pwedeng kitain. So, money market fund being a low-risk investment, which means it can earn around 1 to 4% a year. That's the average. So, hindi siya masyadong volatile. Ibig sabihin, hindi taas-baba yung presyo niyan. Slow and steady lang yan, 1 to 4% a year. Pwede mong ilagay dyan yung pera na kakailanganin mo soon. So, yun nga, 3 years or less. And if you have money na feeling mo hindi mo kakailanganin for 5 years or more, then there are actually better investments na higher risk but the return is also high. So, for example, the stock market or the equity fund, it can earn as much as around 12% a year, but the commitment, the investment horizon there should be long-term. Sa mga 5, 7, 10 years mo dapat willing kang iwanan. So, if you're planning to invest in the money market fund, it means na meron kang financial goal na you want to achieve within the next 3 years. So, 3 years or less. Which means, kapag na-reach yung financial goal mo, pwede mo na siyang i-withdraw kagad. So, let me give you an example. Meron kang, kunwari, ikakasal ka, tapos meron kang wedding fund na 200,000. Yan. So, gusto mo siyang, quote-unquote, itago. Gusto mo siyang ilagay sa isang investment na mas mataas sa savings account ang kikitain, pero ayaw mo rin siyang ma-expose sa risk kasi wedding fund mo and plano mong ikasal within 2 years from now, di ba? So, again, ano yung mga options mo? Ang options mo ay mga low-risk type of investment. So, pwedeng time deposit or pwede yung money market fund. So, yung money market fund, it's a good place to put your money na gagamitin mo within 3 years or less. Hindi siya exposed sa risk ibig sabihin yung goal mo is very important, na ayaw mo siyang mag-negative, but you also want it to earn more than the typical savings account. So, pag parating na, malapit na yung wedding mo, then that's the time that you withdraw it. So, sa example natin, ang investment horizon mo siguro, ang investment horizon mo basically is 2 years. But siguro ilalagay mo yung wedding fund mo doon mga 1 year and 6 months lang. Kasi 6 months before, baka mamaya you already need some money to, I don't know, reserve your place, reserve reserve the church, or pagpatahin na ng wedding gown or whatever. Then you can actually start withdrawing it already. Alright? So, sabi ni Paolo, Happy Holidays. Hello, Paolo. Yan, kamusta? Shoutout sa inyo. Alright. So, guys, kayo, may question ba kayo about sa personal finance, business, or investment? So, just type it sa live chat natin. So, ayun, no, balik tayo dun sa tanong sa akin kanina. Ano ang investment horizon ng isang money market fund? So, it's basically a low-risk investment. So, it means na ang investment horizon mo is short term, which is around 3 years or less, even 2 years pwede. So, always remember that kung ang financial goal mo ay 3 to 5 years, that can be considered a moderate medium-term investment. Ayan. So, you can put your money in a moderate risk investment. Ngayon, pag 5 years or more ang iyong financial goal, then ang investment horizon mo should be long-term. 5 years or more, you can invest in a high-risk investment like the stock market or equity fund. So, lagi siyang match. So, that's what we call the principle of matching when it comes to investments. The first question always is, kailan mo kailangan yung pera? Ano yung financial goal mo? And then you match yung financial goal mo, yung target date mo with the type of investment that you're going to invest in. So, of course, the reverse is also true. If you want to invest in a money market fund, which is a low-risk fund, it means na it's money that you plan to use in the short term. So, may makilala ako, meron akong pera, gusto ko i-invest, kailan mo gagamitin, hindi nila alam. Siguro in 5 years time, 10 years time. Then, yun, once na sinabi sa akin kung kailan nila gagamitin, that's when I usually am able to recommend a good investment. Pero pag wala silang investment horizon, hindi nakakatakot. Sinasabi ko na lang na ilagay mo na lang sa time deposit or sa low risk kasi hindi sila sigurado kung kailan nila gagamitin. And from my observation, pag hindi nila alam kung kailan gagamitin, usually nagagamit yon kagad, or they're usually the money that they want to invest is usually their emergency fund, no? Just from observation. So anyway, guys, do you have questions? Kasi kung wala, we will say goodbye already sa ating live stream, sa ating Usapang Pera episode for this week, no? So kamusta ba kayo? Kamusta inyong Pasko? Na ang inyong Noche Buena, na nabusog ba kayo? Ako, konti lang kinain ko ng Noche Buena. I'm trying to manage the food intake that I have, yan. Also known as nagpapapayat. So hopefully that's something that's one of my goals for 2020, na to manage my diet, no? I don't want to say I want to lose weight. It's really about focusing on the habit of eating healthy, no? So sabi ko, I want to manage my food intake, so make healthier choices when it comes to the food that I eat. And then let's see if I'm going to lose weight that way. Of course, losing weight is not really the prime objective. The main objective is being able to eat healthier. Okay? So sabi ni Jet, I have a question. Yes, Jet, anong tanong mo? Yan. So just type it sa ating live chat. Alright. Iinom lang ako, guys, ha? Ayan. Nakita niyo naman. Yun, meron tayong water bottle. Para hindi ako punta sa kusina, instead of glass, ayan, water bottle ang aking ano. Ayan. Yeah. Yes, Jet, anong tanong mo? So, yung iba dyan, baka meron kayong gustong itanong, then you just ask it sa ating live chat. Let me answer them for you. So, of course, usong-uso ngayon yung mga nagvi-video vlogging. Dati pa naman yan, a lot of people have asked me, ba't hindi daw ako nagvi-video vlog? Well, meron akong YouTube channel with Wealth Archie. Kasama ko si Renzi doon. That's basically a video blog. But a video blog for my blog, for Ready to Be Rich, sabi ko, parang masyado na ako marami ginagawa para mag-video blog. Kasi syempre, ano pa rin na yun eh. Kakain pa rin ng oras yung pag-i-edit. So sabi ko, uso naman ngayon ang live streaming. Why don't I try live streaming? So at least, di ba, real-time yung interaction natin. Okay? So, hi Leslie, yan, kamusta? Shoutout sa'yo. So sabi ni Jet, is investing 15% ng income, is it gross or net? Para sa akin, mas maganda kung net. Ayan. Kasi, again, guys, I'm not really an accountant, so I'm not really sure with the technical definition of these terms. Pero pag sinabi mo kasing gross income, para kasing wala pang taxes doon, wala pang deduction. So, of course, sa akin, mas maganda yung net income. So, kung ano yung take-home pay mo, in short, yun yung i-budget mo. So, kung ang gross salary mo is 20,000, pero ang after the taxes, yung mga deductions, mga PhilHealth, Pag-ibig, etc. Or si Jet nasa Manitoba pala. So, basta after taxes, ang take home mo lang talaga is 18,000, then yun yung iba-budget mo. Which means if you've set 15% of your net income as your investment fund, then 15% of the take home pay. Yeah. Kasi of course, ayaw natin na kinakapos din tayo sa ating daily needs, no? So we always budget yung take home pay. Okay? So that's my answer sa iyo, Jet. So I hope tama yung nasagot ko na question sa concern mo. Ayan. Maski naman sa pagbabudget ng aking expenses, yung take home pay yung aking kino-consider, yung net income for me, no? I believe that's what many people call the net income, yung tinanggal mo na yung mga taxes. Alright? So, yun, may question pa kayo? Yan. Usually, nagla-live stream ako for about an hour. So, right now, it's just 37 minutes. So, we still have a good amount of time para mag-interact, no? Sabi ni DV Berm, so hello, any advice in investing in cooperative? What if the co-op closes? Well, closing is always a risk, no? The company or the cooperative closing down is always a risk. Maski yung mga company sa stock market, di ba? Pwede siya magsara. Kahit na Jollibee yan, pwede pa rin magsara yan. Kasi remember, if you lived through the 80s, ano yung number one na film company? It's Kodak. But Kodak has already closed down, di ba? So, even the biggest and, alam mo yun, the richest companies can close down. So, what more yung mga small time and medium scale cooperatives, no? So, which means, closing down is always a risk. May mga bangko nga, nagsasara din, di ba? So, if you're going to invest on a company, it's always, important to do some due diligence, no? So in terms of a cooperative, what you do is you ask for the performance of the cooperative for the past 5 years. Ano yung financial performance niya, no? Pag yung cooperative ay bago pa lang, nakakatakot. I don't actually recommend if a cooperative has been operating for less than 5 years. I would say na if the money that you're going to invest is important sa'yo, wag mo siya i-invest doon. If the money that you're going to invest is extra income lang, alam mo yun, it's just extra funds, you can go ahead and take risk, no, sa mga bagong cooperative. But if what you're going to invest is for your child's education or for your retirement. It's something, a very important financial goal. And you want to invest in a cooperative kasi relatively mataas ang kinikita ng mga cooperatives. You have to invest it in a cooperative na medyo matagal na, matanda na. So let's make a list. The first thing that you have to check is yung history ng cooperative. Gano'n na siya katagal? Stable ba siya? Alam mo yun? If it's more than 5 years, if it's been operating for more than 5 years, then it's actually a good sign. Kasi a lot of companies and cooperatives close down within the next 5 years. Pag pangit or hindi maganda yung kanilang business model, usually nagko-close down ng isang kumpanya within 5 years. So, look at the history. Pangalawa, check on their sources of income. Kasi ang cooperatives laging merong yung business, no? May mga cooperatives na nag-i-invest sa mga, well, yung isa kong kilala na cooperative, nag-i-invest siya sa mga rental properties, yung pera ng mga members, pinambibili ng mga commercial buildings, tapos pinaparent out. So, ganun kumikita yung mga cooperatives. Of course, pinaka-common, may mga cooperatives na ang main source of income is yung interest payments kasi nagpapaloan sila dun sa mga members, no? So, you have to see gaano kasi pag magbayad ng utang yung mga members ng cooperative kasi doon nakasalalay yung business ng co-op. So, you study the nature of the business of the cooperative. And number 3, you study or you research kung sino yung mga board of directors ng cooperative. Ibig sabihin, if the cooperative is the cooperative run by reputable people, di ba? Sino ba nagpapatakbo niyan? Kapag medyo secretive yung mga board of directors, naku, medyo red flag yon. So, yung meron akong na-meet na cooperative na ang ginagawa nila ay nag-i-import sila ng mga medical equipment. Ito sa probinsya to. Tapos yung members ng cooperative are the staff and yung staff ng isang hospital, no? So parang hospital cooperative siya. And the board of directors are also the doctors that are doing clinic doon sa hospital mismo. So sabi ko, this is actually a good cooperative, no? Kasi ang nagpapatakbo ay yung mga doctor mismo, tapos yung nature of business nila is really in the health industry, no? They're importing medical equipment for other hospitals in that particular province. And tinanong ko sila, gano'n na sila katagal? Alam niyo, parang 12, 13 years na siya yung cooperative. It was actually started by a couple of doctors. So it was a company, pero kasi sabi nila na they're too busy with their profession and they don't really have that much funds to continue the business, but they saw the opportunity. That's why they converted yung kanilang small business into a cooperative and they offered it sa mga staff ng hospitals, etc. So that's just an example of a good way to check how if a cooperative is worth investing on. So i-summarize natin. First, kailangan open and accessible yung financial records or historical performance ng cooperative. Hindi ba siya nalulugi? Kumikita ba siya for the past 5 years, no? Pangalawa, ano yung nature ng business? Is it a sustainable business? Ayan. And number 3, sino yung nagpapatakbo ng cooperative? Who are the board of directors, no? So that's the 3 things that you can check. On top of my mind, let's see if I'll be able to think more or be able to come up with more items on that checklist, and then I'll probably write a blog post about it. Hindi ko maalala kung nagsulat na ako ng blog post. Parang wala pa. So, let's see if I can write a blog post about that. Medyo a more comprehensive checklist on what you can research on if you're doing due diligence on cooperative that you want to invest on. Alright? Nako, biglang naging active yung ating live chat, no? So, thank you. Sabi ni Aida, so hi from KSA. Oh, hello Aida, shoutout sa'yo. Sir Fitz, am I doing it wrong when my investment allotted is now more than 20% of my income? Actually, hindi. you're doing it wrong if naaapektuhan negatively yung daily lifestyle mo o yung daily cost of living mo. Okay? So, what do I mean? Kung medyo kinakapos ka na sa panggastos mo buwan-buwan kasi a major part of your investment, a part of your income is going to investments, then that's probably the time na kailangan mong bawasan yung ini-invest mo kasi you have to focus on yung current lifestyle mo. So, if comfortable pa rin ang lifestyle mo at 20%, okay lang yon. Actually, ako, I invest 30% of my income, no? So, mas mataki pa yung ini-invest ko sa'yo, di ba? And I've met people na 50%, grabe, 50% of their income ini-invest nila. So sabi ko sa kanila na ayaw mo mag-upgrade ng konti sa lifestyle mo. Of course, siyempre, kaya naman tayo nagtatrabaho para i-enjoy din yung buhay natin, di ba? So, do not invest everything. Invest enough, but also take care kung okay ba yung current lifestyle mo. Kasi siyempre, may mga gusto rin tayong gawin ngayon, may mga gusto rin tayong bilhin ngayon. So, as long as you can afford those, both your needs and your wants, whatever is left, guilt-free, pwede mo siyang i-invest, no? Yon. So, ayan, gumalaw. Sabi ni Paolo, "Hi sir, what's your view or opinion on global recession? Will the Philippines be affected? If ever, what will be the good ways to prepare for it? Thank you very much po." Okay. So, hi Paolo, thank you for your wonderful question. Nasagot ko to last time na may nagtanong tungkol sa recession. So, when it comes to the global recession that people are saying, this is my normal way of handling or managing my finances. Unang-una, if there's talk about coming recession, wala akong binabago sa aking investment strategy. So, my basic investment strategy is cost averaging. So, I set a fixed amount of my money, of my income, and invest it regularly. So, wala akong binabago, hindi ako nagpapanik, wala akong wini-withdraw na investment or something, no? Pag merong chismis or merong news about a global recession, I keep myself updated. So, yun lang yung ginagawa ko. So, ano ba nangyayari? Sino yung nagsasabi na magkakaroon ng recession? Ano yung pinipredict ng mga tao na mangyayari? So, I just keep myself updated. But I don't do anything different from my money. Now, most of the time kasi, yung mga predictions ng global recession and whatever recession, hindi naman siya nagkakatotoo. Yan. So, but in case na biglang mangyari, what I do is, of course, check ano yung forecast. Gaano katagal tong recession na to? Ano yung maaapektuhan, etc. So, if the recession that's happening is predicted to last for around 1 or 2 years, ibig sabihin, I don't have to worry about my long-term investments, di ba? Kasi long-term 'yon. So kung yung global recession na sinasabi is predicted to last for the next 2 to 3 years, then wala akong problema dun sa long-term investments ko. Ngayon, paano yung mga medium-term and short-term investments ko? Yun yung kailangan kong i-manage. So, ibig sabihin, the first time na lumabas sa balita na it is already a recession, then I ask myself, is it important for me to withdraw now or not? No? So, if you keep yourself informed, maririnig mo minsan sasabihin nila na this recession is expected to last for the rest of the year. So, ibig sabihin, yung pera na kailangan mo for the next year lang, yun yung siguro yung pwede mong i-withdraw. Okay? And when there's a recession, I usually stop investing kasi cash is king. So, ibig sabihin, yung investment fund ko, nilalagay ko lang muna siya sa isang bank account, savings account. Nilalagay ko lang siya minsan sa time deposit kasi that's still a deposit account. Up until things become clear kung ano yung mangyayari. So, again, when recession happens or actually happens, that's when I take action. Pero kung puro chismis, puro prediction, puro analysis, I don't do anything differently except I keep myself updated. Ano na ba nangyayari? Alright? So, that's basically my personal strategy pag may mga chismis ng mga global recession. Kasi, I've read so many people predicting that the stock market will crash, etc. Pero hindi naman nangyayari. So para sa akin, when taking care of my personal economy, I don't do anything rash, no? Hindi ako basta-basta na nag-change ng aking strategy. Hindi ako basta-basta nagpapanik na nagwi-withdraw. Alright? So, yun. So, sabi ni Jet, kailangan mo ba matuto ng technical analysis para success ka sa investing in equity? Hindi. Ang hirap kasi nung ins and outs ng analysis para wala akong time at skill para matuto. Well, that's the reason why I recommend cost averaging, Jet, no? Kasi yung cost averaging, hindi mo siya kailangan ng technical analysis. At best, kailangan mo lang siya ng fundamental analysis kasi pag nagko-cost averaging ka, you have to buy companies that are predicted to grow for the next several years. So, wala masyadong pakialam yung technical analysis, yung charts and the Japanese candlesticks and all, no? So, hindi siya required, yan. Pero it would help if you know, di ba? So, yun. So, do a cost averaging strategy if you don't really have time to monitor and study the stock market. Kasi, yung cost averaging strategy, kailangan mo lang mag-aral sa umpisa, no? Kailangan mo lang pag-aralan. Kasi once you're done with your analysis, it becomes a passive way of investing already. Alright? So, hello, Adriel. Oy, nandito pala si Adriel. I do not think we can predict a recession because there are too many factors. Yun nga, no? So, there may be signs, but to prepare for it always have spare cash available. Yes. Para sa akin, yung spare cash na yon, that's actually your emergency fund, no? That's why I recommend at least 6 months worth of your emergency fund in a low risk or in a liquid investment. Kasi when recession happens, just like when there's a spike in inflation, yung emergency fund mo, yun yung magsasagip sa'yo, no? And nobody can really predict a recession. That's why I don't change any of my strategies when it comes to my finances. Pag may mga chismis ng inflation, I act when there's an actual inflation when there's an actual recession that's already happening. Alright? Yon. So, sabi ni DV Berm, Sir, since investment is cooperative ay hindi insured, ano po habol ng investors pag nagsara yung co-op? Wala. So, yun, no? Well, depende sa co-op. If you're buying shares of the cooperative, of course, you're a stockholder. Pag nagsara yung co-op at na-liquidate yung assets ng cooperative, you might get a part of the money or the value of the shares. Pero just think of the worst case scenario, wala ka na makukuha. That's why it's important to diversify. Huwag mo ilalagay lahat ng pera mo sa isang bagay. I remember a friend of mine, nilalagay niya lahat ng pera niya sa X-Bank, ayoko na sabihin, tas biglang nagsara yung bangko. So, of course, ang PDIC during that time was only 250,000 pesos. So, doon sa million niya na nasa bangko, ang nakuha lang niya is 250,000. So, talagang sising-sisi siya. Hindi niya alam na magsasara yung bangko. Well, no, of course, the bank will not announce na magsasara siya, di ba? So, ngayon, talagang siya, medyo paranoid. Yung mga pera niya ngayon naka-distribute sa iba't ibang bangko, di ba? So, of course, ang PDIC natin is 500,000. Yun na ngayon yung PDIC natin. So, it's actually 500,000 per name or account per bank. So, ang ginagawa niya, pag medyo malaki na yung pera niya sa isang bangko, mag-open siya ng bagong account sa ibang bangko, di-distribute niya. So, yung the same principle, it's something that you can also do pagdating sa investments mo. Do not put all your investments in one company or one cooperative or one mutual fund or alam mo, one stock. You always diversify kasi you'll never know what will happen. And of course, the worst case scenario is wala ka na makukuha pag nagsara yung cooperative or nagsara yung mutual fund company. Even the company na nasa stock market, it can suddenly be acquired and then, alam mo yun, it can close down kasi niliquidate siya nung nag-acquire sa kanya. Anything can happen. We don't have insider information on what's happening in these businesses, in this company. So, you have to diversify to manage your risk. And of course, do some research and do some due diligence. All right? So, yun, sabi ni Jet, pag recession, let's double down, buy more kasi mura yung mga stocks. Depende. Depende yan, Jet. Ha? So, kung ang mura na stock is something na hindi naman directly affected by the recession, then probably okay yan, no? So, it all depends on your analysis and financial strategy and your financial goals. Okay? So, sabi ni Aida, thank you very much. Okay, thank you din, Aida. Thank you sa inyong question. So, ground zero. Oy, what are the best indicators or characteristics of a company to invest in? Okay, so, hindi ko original to, pero galing to sa Call Financial. Meron silang GEMS category. Okay? So, I don't know if you've heard of the GEMS category. Yan. Ginugoogle ko siya para mas accurate, no? Stock market. GEMS. Ayan. So, tinatanong ni Ground Zero, is it good to invest in startup companies and is there any platform for that? Okay, so, una muna, if you're going to invest, lalo na yung mga pang cost averaging, you have to invest in a company na nasa growth industry. Ayan. Teka lang ha. Inahanap ko siya. Ayan. Na-vlog ko na kasi siya, so medyo ayoko na siyang isipin. Ayan. Gems. Oy. Now tuning. Ayan. Nag-activate yung aking Siri. Call Financial. Ayan. Investing in gems. Alright. Ayun. Okay. So, let's go back to the question. So, what are the best indicators of or characteristics of a company to invest in? According to Call Financial, meron silang GEMS category. So, ibig sabihin, GEMSS. So, G, it's in a growing industry. So, ibig sabihin, itong company ba na ito, does it belong to an industry na maganda yung potential growth niya for the next few years, no? So, ibig sabihin, since we're in the information age, so, companies na medyo, mga tech companies na banking on technology or information is probably a good industry to be in right now. Kaya yung mga fintech companies, mga companies that is developing the technology of blockchain in the business, yun, may mga magandang potential siya in the future. But of course, may mga classic like food industry. Of course, ang food, it will always grow. The population of the world is growing. The population of the country is growing. So, of course, lahat tayo kakain. So, the food industry is the classic example of an industry na it's always in a growth business, no? Letter E, doon sa GEMS is earnings visibility. Being a public company, kailangan pinapakita nila na yung company nila is making money. So, that's one of the reasons why the price of Jollibee has been going down kasi nga they're losing money because they're doing all these acquisitions, no? But of course, when the JFC starts to show profits from their acquisitions, if they start to make money, then the price will definitely go up. But the point is, visible yung earnings sila, and the company is not shy when it comes to sharing magkano yung naging revenue nila, saan galing yung revenue nila, ano yung mga number one factors why they earn that much. Okay? So M, dun sa GEMS category is management credibility. So ibig sabihin, sino ba yung nagpapatakbo ng kumpanya? Mga marurunong ba itong mga to? Sino yung current board of directors? Of course, di ba, yung SM, si Henry C. namatay. Well, I don't know if Henry C. Still had major role doon sa pagpapatakbo ng business, but of course, nung namatay si Henry C., yung mga anak niya yung nag-take over. So the question is, how competent are the children when it comes to running a big company like SM? So yun, no? Meron tayong management credibility. The first S doon sa GEMS category is yung superior products. So kailangan superior, siyempre, inulit ko lang, no? Kailangan excellent yung product. The product is answers a need. The product, the company's product solves a painful problem for its consumers, no? And of course, the last S is a strong balance sheet, which you can access sa mga financial statements ng company. So, strong balance sheet. So, that's the GEMS category according to Call Financial, and in a way, that's also what I try to use when I'm looking for a company to invest in for the long term, right? So, yun, you can check out yung ano ba tong title ng vlog na to? Yung How to Pick the Right Stocks for Cost Averaging na article ko sa blog, kasi doon ko siya sinulat. Ginugol ko lang. So, anyway, yun, ako medyo nagpupur yung connection natin. Sandali lang, ha? Let's see, baka naglolo ko yung ating... Guys, okay pa ba yung aking connection? Malinaw pa ba? Nako. So anyway, sige, let's continue with our questions. Ayun. Nako, bakit nawala yung aking... So, anyway, okay, sige. Maski yung computer ko parang nagpa-fluctuate. So, anyway, ano pa ba yung mga questions ninyo? Is it good to invest in a startup company? Well, it's very risky to invest in a startup company. Of course, because number one reason is wala pa silang historical performance kung okay ba sila. So when it comes to a startup company, it's important to ask the startup company ano yung kanilang business plan, ano yung marketing plan nila, ano yung plano, ano yung market research na nagawa na nila, why do they believe na lalaki, or ano yung potential ng business nila, no? So pagdating sa startup company, it's really about gut feeling. Kaya sila may investor speech eh. So gaano ka how strongly do you believe yung kanilang pitch, no? So if you think that they really have potential, then go ahead and invest in it. Of course, it's a high risk investment, but if you also believe in what they believe, if you also see great value in their value proposition, then go ahead and invest. But I would suggest na ang i-invest mo na pera sa isang startup company should be money that you're willing to lose, because a lot of startup companies eventually close within the next 2 years, no? Usually 2, 3 years lang ang buhay ng isang startup company. So, this is assuming you're in the seed round, no? If you're in the Series A na or Series B, yung later rounds, medyo mas malaki na yung kailangan mong pera pero at least mas stable na yung startup company during that time. So, it's good if you know what you're going into, but it is always very high risk investing in a startup company. Alright. So, ano pa may mga tanong nila? Thanks. Good luck sa inyong road. Nako, thank you, Jet. And last one po, if kaya pa, P2P lending po ba if mag-default ang isang nangutang may ROI pa din po basta si investor? Well, yung P2P lending, I'm not really familiar with all the details, pero just like a normal or a typical lending company, meron silang provisions when it comes to situation na may mga hindi nagbabayad. So, from what I believe is, yung pera mo, pinupool siya nung company, so pinapautang. So, kahit na may mag-default na isa, yung interest na binayad nung iba, yun yung pupuno dun sa buong pool. So, in a way, yung investor, meron pa rin siyang makukuha. Okay? But, of course, ayaw natin mangyari yon. So, you try to invest in a P2P lending company na medyo mataas yung singila nila. Mataas yung kanilang rate of, I'm not familiar with the term. No? So, yung mga P2P lending company na mataas yung rate nung nagbabayad. Okay? Masipag magbayad yung mga nangungutang. Okay. So, learn a lot from this channel and also sa Wealth Archie. Oy, salamat. So, sabi ni Aida, about mutual funds po, I've been investing religiously for 8 years now. In a certain mutual fund with less than 4% lang ang returns. Should I stop, withdraw my funds, and transfer to another fund manager? Hindi ko alam kung ano yung mutual fund mo, Aida. If your mutual fund is a low-risk type of investment fund, then yung less than 4%, that's actually expected. But if it's a moderate or a high-risk type of investment fund, then probably it's a good idea to transfer kasi ang tanong actually is, nami-meet ba niya yung goals mo, yung investment goals mo, yung financial goals mo? So if it's not meeting your financial goals, then you should probably consider transferring to another mutual fund. So may mga mutual fund kasi na low risk lang, mga money market fund, mga short-term fixed income fund, then you cannot expect to earn a lot of money from those. Talagang mga less than 4% lang yung kikitain. But if that's an equity fund or a balance fund, tas less than 4%, then after 8 years, then that's already a sign na medyo poor yung performance niya. Okay? So, that's my answer sa question mo, Aida. Alright. Wow! Bigla tayong napatagal, no? So, salamat at maraming nanood sa atin dito sa question and answers. Nanood dito sa episode natin this week sa Usapang Pera. And salamat sa inyong mga questions. Ayan, marami tayong nanonood ngayon, and really thank you. I'm expecting to grow this channel, and yun nga, no, something unique for all of you, a live interaction with the registered financial planner. So yun, I guess that's our episode for the week. So, thank you for watching. And, of course, please don't forget to like and subscribe sa ating channel. Yan, pakita ko ulit. Yan, we are on the road to our 1,000 subscribers. So, please help spread the word about our channel. And, of course, you should... I hope you can also check out my website, Ready to be Rich, at fitzvillafuerte.com. So again, our live stream for next week, hindi pa ako sure kung Saturday or Sunday, but it's just one of the 2 days. I usually make an announcement on a Friday. I post it sa aking Facebook page kung anong araw tayo magla-live stream next week. Alright? So, Thank you. Shout out sa mga nandito. Si Leslie, DV Berm, Aida, Paolo, si Jetlog, si Adriel. Hello, Adriel. Kamusta? Si Ground Zero. And I hope you all have a safe New Year's Eve celebration. So, kita-kita tayo ulit next week. 2020 na. So, belated Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. So, happy holidays sa inyong lahat. Alright? So, bye-bye!